There you have it, folks. Jamaica won, Honduras nil. That was a good victory for the Jamaicans. It was a very tough game, people. I have to say, it was a very tough game. It wasn't an easy game. The surface was, oh my God, the surface gave the Jamaican Reggae Boyz a hard time tonight. But however, a good performance. I think getting the win is what was important in this game more than anything. And we're going to touch on some of the key points where I think we need to improve as a unit. However, we walk away with 3 points, and no team wants to kick off their campaign with a loss. So Jamaica, on the other hand, they walked away with the victory tonight. Honduras, they played a pretty tough game. I have to say, it was a tough game. They fouled a lot. If you look at it, they wasn't giving Leon Bailey anything to basically feast on. Every time he tried to make a run, it was he was getting closed down. However, though, I think Jamaica started that game a bit deep in our own half. That's something we have to work on. We're starting the games a little bit too deep. Casey Palmer seems like he's gonna need some time to tap into this Jamaica Reggae Boyz team. However, I thought the surface people, we have to do better. Sharon Burke, you guys who are putting on these concerts in Jamaica, we something has to come. We have to come to some kind of agreement, Lord Entertainment, with, because when you have all those people on a football surface, it's going to destroy the consistency on the pitch. The field is going to start to get bumpy. And I think that was one of the things that affected Casey Palmer in the first half. That affected Jamaica passing the football in the first half. The field was terrible, people. The field was terrible. We couldn't get a pass off. You can see that, people. And you can see it was also affecting the Hondurans. The playing surface wasn't consistent. Casey Palmer, the field was dry. If you're going to play on a field like that, you have to wet the field so the football can move off the surface a bit faster. The ball was just sticking on the surface. It's just, it was just hard. It was a hard game, people. It was a hard fought game. It was a hard victory for Jamaica. And at the end of the day, I think the most important thing here was getting the 3 points. Because I think that would have killed the morale in the team if Jamaica lost this game tonight. Job well done. Dujan Whisper, he looks very calm. I think in a team where Dujan Whisper is getting the ball in better positions, he's going to be a dangerous player, people. That youngster is going to be a dangerous player for real. Jorgan Bailey is one big rocks. Whisper looks good. This did not need BOZA, Demari class. Listen, I can agree with you, Jorgan. But I have to say, though, big up yourself, Williams. I have to say, though, that Leon Bailey was getting fouled a lot. I think Leon Bailey got fouled like 60% of the time he touched the ball tonight, Joe Grind. And you know, so we don't really hold back. But yeah, Tafari, Dujan Whisper is the future, people. People, Dujan Whisper is the future. Let's rev up the thing, people. I got my sleep. I watched the football game and we're going to break it down properly. When Tavon Gray came on the park, I felt comfortable. I didn't feel anymore like Jamaica was vulnerable. I didn't feel vulnerable when Tejan came on the park. He just looks solid. He looks active. He looks like he has some fight in him. And I told you, people, that the coach is gonna start Javian Brown again. You see what I spoke about that in the earlier stream today, that he's gonna start Javian Brown. However, thank God Javian Brown didn't really cost us the game tonight. This is what quality does, man. If we didn't have a quality player out there like Demari Gray, we wouldn't walk away with that win. But hey, as a fan tonight, and I'm telling you people, a win is a win tonight. A win is a win tonight, people. That's the most important thing. We got the victory. We walk away with the win. Now Jamaica can regroup and we can get better while playing together. Because for me, the more games Jamaica play together, but my God, people, the playing surface again. Is this where Jamaica is gonna play on this terrible playing surface? It's not good, people. Sharon Burke, you and your friend them just mash up the field with these concerts. Me know say this when the stadium is sitting there idle. The stadium, I think, is privately owned. When the stadium is sitting there idle, we have to rent the stadium out for revenue. But it's not working for football, people. It's not working for football. The football, it's just not a football surface. We have to make a decision. Listen, and it's also full time that the Football Federation work on Jamaica national teams having a proper playing surface for international game. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. We can't have a playing surface like that. We can't have a playing surface like that, people. And I think this affected a lot of the players in the first half. We saw Casey Palmer. He was touching the ball and expecting the ball to roll. Those light passes that you would do in the EPL or in the championship on better surfaces where you just knock it and it rolled to the player. Casey Palmer learned tonight that's not going to happen in Jamaica. It's not going to happen. It's some brute force pass. Good game by Bobby Reid. Bobby Reid, however, made that pass. Ethan Pinnock break out of the defense. Got that to Bobby Reid. Bobby Reid made that one-touch pass to Demarai Gray. And that was very effective. That got Jamaica the goal. And that's what class does. That's what class does. If we didn't have a Demarai Gray out there, people, Jamaica would have drawn the game at the National Stadium in Honduras tonight. No, this is why we want people to understand this. Big up yourself, Pagan. Big up Tafari. All the people then we keep calling for local base player. This is why we call for class. This is why we call for class. When games get tight like this and it's a dogfight, because the Hondurans were quite physical. Let's be honest, the Hondurans played Jamaica very physical tonight. But still, Jamaica lack fight in the middle of the park. I still think we started that first half way too deep. Because outside of that goal, we didn't create a lot of chances. Outside of Dujon Whisper kicking that on the post, Jamaica didn't create a lot of chances. And Honduras wasn't that strong. However, Honduras was very compact in the back, and Honduras realized that Jamaica doesn't really have a midfield. So the Hondurans said, okay, we're going to control the middle of the park and basically take it from there. Foul Leon Bailey whenever he tries to break. Demarai Gray was trying to get into the game early on. He couldn't really get into the game because Amari Bell wasn't pushing up. Amari Bell sat back a lot in that first half. And this is what happens when players are playing in these positions. Amari Bell is playing center back basically at his club, so he wasn't pushing up. Feel free to join the Discord, people, and let's chop it up and just talk about the game a little bit. Joe Grind says if Demarai Gray wasn't there, we would got a tougher result, a pretty loss and an ugly win. Jaja, yo, that's what I'm saying. If we never have class, people, if the class of Demarai Gray wasn't there, we would have walked away with a draw game against a terrible Honduras team. Because Honduras was missing some of their key players as well. But Honduras is just not good. Honduras football is in the tank, people. It's just not good. Jamaica, as I said, Jamaica needs to play a lot of games. And this is why we can't really come down very hard on Jamaica. And we can't come down too hard on the coach. Let's remember this, people. When you assemble a team in such a short period of time, and the team didn't have cohesion early on, it's very hard to get the team as a solid unit and get them up and running right away. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Let's get the visibility on the stream. Hit the like button, people. Let's get the visibility on the stream. So we have to understand that it's gonna take a while for Jamaica to gel. I'm expecting a better performance from Jamaica in the next game. I'm gonna be brutally honest. This game, I wasn't that concerned that we weren't looking that cohesive. I think a lot of players are just coming back into football. Demarai Gray hasn't played any football. So we started 2 players who are basically not playing for any football club right now. We started a Dujon Whisper at striker. We started a Demarai Gray at striker, who is not playing any football. Aaron Campbell said, Leon Bailey if you go work a tool boot. Very, very average player. I've never seen the hype behind, honestly. Yeah, I just think Leon Bailey overcomplicate things. The first half, however, I don't think he had a pretty bad first half. I wish Dujon Whisper would have got on the ball more in some better position. You see me, I say, I wanted Dujon Whispers. Bailey still not ready, said Shambolic. Yo, the people, them are beat Leon Bailey tonight, people. Listen, you know, say me as a man, we call it out straight when it comes to Leon Bailey. But tonight is not the night where I'm going to beat Leon Bailey. I think it was a team performance, and I think it was a dirty game. It was a dirty game. The Hondurans, and to be honest, people, let's give a round of applause to the referee. I think the referee had a very good game, because usually those referees come in and they really stick it to Jamaica. I think the referee was very fair in his decision. We can question the Latibedier card that he got on that tackle, but it was still a dangerous tackle, though he got the football. Damian Lowe is still a bit shaky when it comes on to a certainty. Damian Lowe still kicking the ball very long. I see that even Ethan Pinnock. But I think why Damian Lowe and Ethan Pinnock is kicking the ball long tonight, I realize something, people. Why these guys are kicking the ball long is we are playing so deep and they want to get the pressure off them, get the ball in the opponent's half so we can push up a bit. I'm realizing what's happening, why our center backs have to go in long. We are playing so deep and they're getting pushed back and they feel like they have to kick it long to basically get some leverage to move up a bit. So the coach needs to set that back line a bit higher. And you know what's affecting Jamaica? I've wrote this down in my phone, people. We don't have a press. People, we don't have a press. Big up yourself, Shambali. We don't have a press. Jamaica doesn't have a press. We do not have a press. Good game, says X Plays. Ethan Pinnock, very good game, very solid by Ethan Pinnock. I think him and Damian Lowe will get it together again. But if you look at it, people, we don't have a press. We don't have a press, and that's affecting us. We don't have a press, people. We have to work on that. Coach, we don't have a press. Coach, we don't have a press. We don't have a press. We need a press. We need to find a way to press teams. Jamaica doesn't have a press. Coach Heimir, we need to figure out how we're going to press team. We're waiting. Go look at the game, guys. We're waiting till the team does something, then we do something. So what people explain to me, what is that kind of press called? Wait? Is the press then and wait upon them? Coach, come on, coach. We have to figure out the press. We have to figure out a way to press. That's what modern football is about right now, guys. And we're going to get down into it. Let me read some comments here. Nicholson effect was non-existent tonight. It came on, made a good run there. Shamar Nicholson is what he is right now. He has to get it together. Cavani Neil says, why Bailey? So remember, Shambalik, if you type with cap lock on or capital letters, the stream element is going to delete your comment. So make sure your cap lock is not on when you're typing. That's why stream element is deleting your comment. So I'm not here deleting your comment. Why Bailey don't leave the free kick? That's another thing, Cavani. Leon Bailey, bro, you can't even get the free kick over the wall. And when you wear a team like Jamaica, who gets limited opportunities on goal, we have to make use of our set plays. I think that's something we did very well in the Gold Cup. But Demarai Gray was the one kicking those. Leon Bailey took all the set plays tonight. He didn't get one over. Great head up there by Dujon Whisper in that first half. He made a good header there on if he got that on target, the keeper dead. May I tell you, if he get that on target, the keeper dead. Joe Grind said Bailey should have come on in the 88th minute. Then sub him off in the 82nd minute. 2 minutes for Bailey for hold him head. Oh God. Yo, y'all go hard on Bailey right now. Oh my God. Y'all go hard on Bailey right now, Joe Grind. Joe Grind, you know, so we beat Bailey, but y'all go hard on Bailey right now. I don't think Leon Bailey had a terrible game. I think that Bobby Reid had a pretty decent game, but is that where we want Bobby Reid playing? That's another thing. Is that where we want Bobby Reid playing? I'm telling you, guys, it's the coach is going to run into some difficulties where he can't really drop Bobby Reid, but we don't really know where to play Bobby Reid. This is a thing that we're going to run into with this team. We don't know where to play Bobby Reid. People, hit the like button on the video, people. 60 of us is in here and we only have 12 likes on the video. Hit the like button, people. Let's get the visibility out there. I'm up. I'm fresh. I'm going to be on stream for a while, people. So hit the like button on the video. We're going to do that post-match and we're going to break down and we're going to grade the players. We're going to grade the players and see who came out with the best performance tonight. So hit the like button, people. Let's get this up to at least 30 likes, at least halfway. We have 60 people on the stream. Let's get this up, people. We only have 19 likes on the video. Come on, 10 more likes on the video and let's get this thing moving in the right direction. Whisper was better striker for me for tonight. Antonio appearance. Yeah, I think let's get Whisper some game time like this and get him, because Whisper is still not in game shape as yet. And the surface affected Whisper as well. I saw that Whisper got it and he wants to, because Whisper is a dangerous player. It seems like whenever he has to turn and come off the edge, Whisper is very dangerous. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button, people. Let's get the visibility out there. We only have 20 likes on the video. 60 of us is in here. Hit the like button. Let's get it up to at least 30 people. Let's talk about the goalkeeper. One thing, give the goalkeeper a grade for me, people. One thing, give the goalkeeper a grade for me. Let's start off with the coach. Let me just say the substitutions tonight was spot on. I have to say the substitutions tonight by Coach Heimir was spot on. I think he did an amazing job with the substitutions. Casey Palmer was struggling and we needed him to come off the park. The coach brought on Daniel Johnson. Daniel Johnson looked a bit more calm tonight. I don't know. He looked a bit better to me tonight. Daniel Johnson looked much calmer tonight. He looked a bit more relaxed. He made some smooth passes. So I think the coach with substitution. The coach got, for me tonight, Coach Heimir got a 6 tonight. Him get a 6. And here why I give him a 6. He lost a lot of points for me by how deep we played that first half. We played that first half very deep. And this is where my concerns are. When you go up against teams like Mexico and all those top teams, USA and the Canadas, we cannot do this wait and see kind of football game. We cannot do this wait and see, and I still think we started this game in wait and see mode. We need to get away from that wait and see mode and start believing in our capabilities to go forward. Our defense is solid and we have good attacking players. We cannot do the wait and see when we don't have a midfield. Wait and see is when you have a midfield that can control ball possession. We don't have that. So the coach has to start games a little bit more on the front foot. That's why the coach got a 6 for me. We need 2 good midfielders that have composure because the long ball not working. So what I said, Cavani Neil, is I found out tonight, I think this is the reason why our defenders are going long. This is why our defenders are going long. They're coming under a lot of pressure and they want to push up just to get some space to operate. But they have to go long to get the pressure off. I realize this is why we're going long. We're going long because we don't have a midfield to sustain ball position. Audience say low rush DJ at the ending whistle. Shake my head. Why I'm rush DJ? You need to go apologize. Great take. Brown game tonight. Bernard low grimy out. Rene Simoes in. No, Colin Quest. We're not going back to Rene Simoes, people. We now go back to the ancient days football thing there. We now go, say, we agree upon a lot of things, Colin Quest. But if we're gonna, the only coach right now, Jamaica could take on for me would be John Barnes or Paul Hall, or that I would take that coach in the championship that took that team to the Prem. He was Jurgen's Klopp understudy, that Indian looking guy. Yeah, like a coach like that. A them kind of coach. We now go more front foot coach who can attack, brother. Rene Simoes is gonna come back and have 11 defenders out there. We don't want that. We don't want that, Colin Quest. Odin, join the Discord. The Discord is there. Colin Quest, join the Discord if you want to have your voice heard. Join the Discord and just click the link in the the comment section and join the show. Goalkeeper. The goalkeeper for me, solid performance by the goalkeeper tonight. People, give the goalkeeper a grade. Give the goalkeeper a grade. How much I give the goalkeeper? I give the goalkeeper a solid 8. Outside of him clearing the ball, and he seems like he doesn't get a lot under his clearances. I think maybe that's something he needs to work on, booting the ball out with a little bit more emphasis. So the goalkeeper get an 8 for me. Overall, I think it wasn't a bad performance. So the goalkeeper gets an 8 from me. It's a pretty high grade, but he kept a clean sheet. He was in position most of the time. So he gets a solid 8 from me. Give the goalkeeper a grade, guys, in the comment section and let me know. Colin Quest, however, as I said, when Tavon Gray came on, I felt comfortable. He looks stronger. He looks more physical. He just looks calm, and he looks like he has that energy. I think Javane Brown cannot start that next game over him. I think the coach did it correctly as well. I think the coach made sure that Gray got his feet wet in international football. It could have been a lot for the player by putting him out there, and he didn't work out for him in the first half. Energy 876 says 7.5. So I think energy is kind of close on where we think the goalkeeper performance. He says 7.5 for the goalkeeper. We don't have a number 6 and an 8 that can play from defense to attack. Jamaica needs to learn to move the ball. But guys, that's what I'm saying. We started this game way too deep. Casey Palmer was the guy coming back to check for the football from the defenders. People, like Casey Palmer doesn't play that role at Coventry. Casey Palmer is at the half line and in around the 18-yard box of the opponent, on the edge of the 18, moving the ball. I didn't understand where Casey Palmer was playing that Ravel thing where he's checking back from the defender for the ball. I don't want Casey Palmer picking up the ball from the center back. This is where I think we have a problem, people. This is where I think we have a problem, and this is due to us playing too deep. We are playing too deep in our own half. So Casey Palmer and those guys, look at Bobby Reid. Bobby Reid is coming all the way back in his own half to check back for the football. Dujon Whisper is turning over the football in his own half to come back and check for the football. That's madness. Coach, we have to play a higher back line. We have to play much higher. K just I think somebody joined the Discord and jumped back off. I don't think they were hearing me. All right, the Discord is up. The Discord is up, my G. Because the Discord is up is because you came in and I had my Discord muted, so that's why you wasn't hearing me. So you can jump back on the Discord. I think it was Clinical, the Jamaican citizen. You can join back the Discord, man. It's because my mic was muted on the Discord, so I wasn't hearing you. Let's see what else we got here. Joe Grind said, why can't Grimmy bench Bailey low? Bro, yeah, I don't think, as I said, Joe Grind, I don't think Leon Bailey had a terrible game tonight. Yeah, so Clinical, you can join back the Discord. My mic was muted, so I couldn't tell that you were on the thing. Ravel is not good, says Steven. Ravel in the team. No mention him. No, I still think Ravel, there's room for Ravel in the team, man. But again, I think if Ravel comes into this team, Ravel is going to look the same way, because it seems like this coach is playing this this box to box kind of midfielder where the two CDM, like he's playing like two CDM where they rotate, either one can check back and get the ball from the center back. I don't like that. We're playing too deep, people. We're setting up too deep. We have to get a bit better moving forward. With that, we have to play a higher back line. Ethan Pinnock is solid. Damian Lowe is still shaky. I see a lot of flaws in Damian Lowe's game. However, he made a brilliant tackle tonight to basically save the game. So again, I think job well done. Let's move to the center backs, people. How much you give Damian Lowe? I give Damian Lowe a 6.5. We should have start Lambert and Latibodier. No, Stephen, we're not gonna start Lambert. If we start Lambert, we're not getting anything going forward. That's the whole idea of having a Casey Palmer out there, is so we can have somebody can push, drive the initiative and move the play forward. We can't have Lambert out there and Latibodier. I think Lambert came on at the perfect time. That's when you need Lambert on. I think Lambert is a game closer. You bring on Lambert to close out the game. Similarly to what we did tonight, where we needed another extra defender out there. That's why I said the coach was spot on with his substitution, bringing on Kevin Lambert. I give Damian Lowe a 6.5. What says you people? How much you give Damian Lowe tonight for his performance? I don't think he played that bad. I don't think his mistakes were detrimental, but you can still see that he still has those rash tackles in him. And there's no VAR tonight. I think if there was VAR, maybe one of those Hondurans would have picked up a red as well. Can't start Lambert, bro. Yeah, Shambalik, we can't start Lambert. We cannot start Lambert. Lambert is someone who comes in for us and close out the game, people. Lambert should come in and close out the game. People, drop in the comment section, how much do you give a Damian Lowe? Let me know how much you give Damian Lowe for his performance tonight. As I said, I give him a 6.5. Let me know how much you gave Damian Lowe, because I think he did fairly well. Stephen agree with me. He thinks Damian Lowe should get a 6.5. I think that was a fair enough grade for his performance. The coach is playing too defensive. Stephen, that's what I'm saying. And we're playing too deep, bro. We're playing too deep, people. We're playing too deep in our own half. So we take so long to build up play. And when our attacking players get the ball, I think they're holding on to the ball a little bit too long. Damari Gray and Leon Bailey tonight for me was turning over a bit better. He looked like he wanted to move forward with the ball. He was a bit more aggressive. I'm not gonna beat Leon Bailey tonight, people. Whoa, Steven says a 5.5 Damian Lowe get. Whoa, yo, damn. Crystal says 6 for Damian Lowe. Shambalik said low get a 5.4. Whoa, you guys are giving him a pretty low game. I give low for not getting a red card. Yo, how much you give him, Javon Davis? Yeah, no, I don't think Damian Lowe had a bad performance. Ethan Pinnock, people. Let's move on to Ethan Pinnock. We are chop the line in. How much do you give Ethan Pinnock? Ethan Pinnock gets a 7.5 for me tonight. Ethan Pinnock gets a 7.5 from me tonight. And this is why Ethan Pinnock gets a 7.5. I think there were times where his communication with Damian Lowe, they were a bit off. Javin said, I gave Lowe 7 for not getting a red card, people. Remember this guy. Oh my God, the man the wicked. Joe Grind said, Lowe get a 4. Yo, Joe Grind, are you at the fire? Are you at the whip tonight? Are you at the whip tonight? Jesus Christ, the man said, yo, Energy 876 said Pinnock gets a 9.9. That's too high. That's too high, bro. That's too high. Ethan Pinnock getting a 9. That's very high. I think Ethan Pinnock and Damian Lowe had some miscommunication on one play there that could have really cost us the game, where the player got to run in behind as well. So I think Ethan Pinnock lost some points for me there. Him and Damian Lowe end up, and Ethan Pinnock shouldn't have been there where he was on that right hand side. So Ethan Pinnock gets a 7.5 for me. 7.5 says Javin Davis. I think that's fair enough. Joe Grind say 7 for the law boss. All right. Energy, I said 9. Come on, Energy. I think y'all go overboard, man. I think y'all go overboard, my G. I don't think Ethan Pinnock deserve a 9 tonight. Big up yourself, Kevin William. Yeah, I don't think he deserve a 9 tonight. I think he played well though. He looks solid. The only worries we have in the back line right now is Damian Lowe, people. Damian Lowe is my only concern when he comes on to that center back position. Ethan Pinnock is just gonna be there. But you just wonder if when is Damian Lowe ever going to improve? You know what I mean? To get to that next level. But here, what we cannot blame Damian Lowe. Damian Lowe plays at the level that he is as a player. The level that Damian Lowe is playing at right now is the reason why Damian Lowe is not at a Chelsea, why he's not at a Brentford, why he's not at a top club in England. This is his level. So I'm saying for his level, I think he performed well tonight. This is his level. For Ethan Pinnock's level, I think he and I don't want to say he underperformed. I think it was due to the communication. Him and Ethan Pinnock is back to get him and Damian Lowe is back together. Javin Brown, people, aka the headless chicken. How much you give Javin Brown? How much you give Javin? Javin Brown, you know, he was caught out of position the first half. He got big up yourself, Gilly Gunner. Javin Brown got caught out of position the first half, and the attacking player had the whole left hand side to himself for run out. I said, where Javin Brown there? Luckily, I think the keeper made a save. I think the keeper had to make a save where they fired it from outside the box. So, like up the live, people. Like up the live. Yeah, man, we're doing a good job, man. 7 more and we reach 50 on the like button. 7 more likes and we reach 50. So I think Javin Brown, for me, Javin Brown is average. Javin, if I'm gonna give certain players 5, I have to give Javin Brown a 4.5, people. Javin Brown gets a 4.5 from me tonight. Javin Brown gets a 4.5. Shambalik said 5.3. Yo, the man make sure him put a 0.3, so I'm sure you say, yo, him can't even round it off to the nearest tenth to give him a proper score. Colin Quest says a 4. Yeah, me and Colin Quest, they around the same area. And big up yourself, Colin Quest is a member of the channel, people. Just hit the join button if you want to become a member. It's only $1 per month just to be a member. That's $1 and you can be a member of the channel, people. Very cheap. You can support, you get the notification. And I'm gonna start as soon as we start hearing news again. I need to find a way how to communicate with my my members to give them information. Now, let's move to Tevon Gray. As I said, we're not gonna stick on Javane Brown. Big up yourself, Marlon. Marlon, join the Discord. Let's chop it up, Marlon. A lot to talk about tonight. Join the Discord. The link is in the comment section. I think the coach started the team way too deep, and hence we have players like Casey Palmer coming all the way back to pick up the ball from the center back. I don't want to see that for Jamaica. I don't want Casey Palmer playing that Ravel Morris role where he comes to pick up the ball all the way from the center back. I don't want to see that. That's not why Casey Palmer is in this Jamaican team. We want Casey Palmer to be a bit further up the park. Yeah, man, Marlon, the Discord link is in the comment section there. Lorenzo, big up yourself, my boss. Only way Brown get more than 5 is if he score. Yo, Lorenzo, my boss, big up yourself, bro. Listen, man, and it's what I said on the stream before, that Javane Brown is going to start. Javane Brown is going to start. I said that before the game, that he's going to start. And remember what I said? That's why we have to move away from this word continuity, because the word continuity comes with Javane Brown. Javane Brown plus continuity. You're gonna start him because he's been playing, and that's the problem when you have a player like that in the team. I don't want to have a Javane Brown out there. He's a liability. Tajon Gray, people, I think he looks solid. Soon as he came on the park, I felt comfortable. For me, he gets a 7.5. He gets a 7.5. He did one thing wrong when they switched that play, and the Honduran player caught it on the volley and could have scored that. Tajon Gray, he didn't close down the play. He shouldn't allow that cross to go all the way to the park. He was ball watching, and it was 3 Jamaicans who closed down that one player, and the player still switched the play and got it on a volley, where that could have been a nightmare for Jamaica. So Gray, he lost some points there. However, I love how he got very low when he was tracking the player. I love how he got very low when he was tracking the player, and he's defending. He had an open stance. He looked like he's ready to go in either direction. So I like those are the things that I want to see. And he's not getting caught out of position like Javane Brown. So Gray gets a 7.5 for me. What says you people? How much Gray gets? I think he came on tonight, and I think he's going to be starting over Javane Brown soon, and he's going to be starting over Dexter Lambikisa soon. Those two players, I think what's going to happen is he's going to end up being one of our players that's going to start, and Javane Brown will be out, and Lambikisa and him. And I think that's good. Lambikisa is playing top flight football, and he's sharpening his skills, and so when he comes back as well, those two youngsters will be competing. I will start to feel comfortable at the right back position when we have those two youngsters playing. But Gray to me looks very strong. He looks very strong, people, and he looks like if things also breaks down, he can slot into that center back position and just bolster things and tighten it up when the pressure is on. I like when they got a corner off him, he made sure that cross didn't get into the box. Lorenzo says Gray gets a 7 for him tonight as well. King Amir said Java in Brown is Alvas Powell 2.0. He needs to be benched, bro. He needs to be out of the squad, because the problem is when you have a player like that out there and players start getting injured and all that, you're gonna have to think about bringing Javane Brown on. This is why I'm always worried when Javane Brown is in the team, because if he's in the team, players are gonna get hurt, players are gonna be on card, and you have to start looking around. The coach has to start looking around on the bench, and you're gonna see Javane Brown. We can't have that. We can't have Javian Brown them. Gray reminds me of Lambie first game for Jamaica. Okay. He looks stronger than Lambie Kisa, and he looks a bit more level-headed to me. To me, he looks like he has a higher football IQ. To be honest, I'm even more comfortable with him than Lambie Kisa, because he looks like he can go forward as well when we're attacking. He looks like he has recovery speed. But what I like is he looks strong. He looks very strong. Lambie Kisa is a good player, but Lambie Kisa sometimes him and Canaboys Clark has that, they get a little bit tixy, like them have ticks in them back, like them get a bit fidgety more time. This player looks a bit calm. I want my right back to be very calm, and he looks the part for me. I think we can mark down that position. No. I still think we're going to need a CDM, a proper ball handling CDM going forward. Let's move on to, before we get to the CDM, Amari Bell, people. Amari Bell tonight, the first half, for me, Amari Bell gets a 6.5 for me tonight, people. Amari Bell gets a 6.5 for me. And here why I say that. The first half, Amari Bell was quite hesitant in moving the ball forward. He looked like he didn't know what to do in the first half, and Jamaica was staying very deep. He didn't move up and release to create that shape where you have your two center backs, and then you have your two wing backs move up a little bit ahead of them. He was very much in line with Ethan Pinnock constantly, and Demarai Gray wasn't getting into the game because Amari Bell wasn't moving the football forward quickly enough. So for me, Amari Bell gets a 6.5. He recovered very well in the second half, however, to put on a pretty decent performance. I think his second half performance is what basically round him back off to a 6.5 for me, because if he gave me another first half in the second half, he would have got a 5. So he got 1.5 more points in the second half. Shambalik says you're great, 7.8. All right. JT Vivo says great, 7.8. Yeah. So most people we're close with our evaluation when it comes on to Gray. We think he's around, as I said, he's a 7.5er. They gave him a little bit higher, 7.8, 7.7. So that tells me that people think the upside on the player is very good. Bell Shambalik also agrees with me. He says 6.5 for Amari Bell. Energy 876 says 6.5 for Amari Bell. I think Amari Bell deserved to get a 6.5. Wasn't his best game the second half. However, as I said, he recovered. He recovered in the second half, and he came back, and that's where he got, because his first half was very bad. Listen, I think Demarai Gray touched the football maybe 6 or 7 times in the entire first half. 6 or 7 times in the entire first half, and that was due to Amari Bell lack of him going forward. So I think he was holding back the team a bit there in the first half. Amari Bell. Lorenzo says 6.5 Amari Bell. I think we all can agree that Amari Bell was 6.5. We have Odin in the comment section. What we're gonna do here, Odin, is you have to chop the line fast.
We're not getting a dog, all right?
Hold on. Okay, all right, you can hear me. Odin, how we gonna do this is I say to you, give me your score, and you just tell me quickly why, and we chop up it with the fans as well. What says you quickly on Amari Bell? What score you give Amari Bell and why?
Flat 5, simply because he allow certain players too much space. There was a specific player where he gave one of the Honduran players a lot of space. When the ball came over, the player actually got a shot on goal. If that player was more clinical, the game would have drawn 1-1. So that's my score for
Amari Bell. Okay, 6.5 says 6.5 there says Odin. Lorenzo says 6.5. Colin Quest gives Amari Bell a 7.8. Colin Quest, join the Discord, people. Join the Discord, because I would have loved to hear from a Colin Quest. How did Amari Bell end up with a 7.9? Because that's a very high score. That's almost an 8. I didn't see that out there tonight. However, I didn't see that out there tonight. I don't think he deserved that much points tonight, people. I don't think he deserved that much. Let's move on to the CDM position. Latibodir. Guys, we're gonna have to fix that. I don't think Latibodir will be the CDM going forward. He turns over the football a lot, but he tackles very well. I think we're gonna run into a situation where, to me, players like Latibodir are gonna become Colin question bias. Latibodir and those players are going to end up becoming depth players who help to give the team depth. Because if you look at it, I don't think Latibodir is a player that, if we want to go forward as a talented attacking team, we won't be having players like Latibodir starting in that position. We need a ball handler. However, he recovers very well and he tackles very well. As I said, he's that great line of defense in front of our defenders. And you can see it tonight, because usually when Jamaica plays where it's Lambert or Speedy, Ethan Pinnock comes under a lot of pressure. So I think he's that buffer in front of between the defenders. Latibodir for me tonight gets I would give him a 7. He gets a 7, and this is why he gets a 7 from me. His ball handling skill is very low. He got to get, if he's gonna nail down that position for Jamaica, he has to get a bit better. But I think what affects him, he doesn't have the support from a midfielder. That because Casey Palmer had a lot of bad touches in the first half, a lot of turnover. But that I think Casey Palmer's performance tonight was due to the surface. It has a lot to do with the surface, and he just couldn't get it together. Odin, how much you give Joel Latibodir and why?
All right, Joel get a 7.5, mainly because he seemed like a solid player. Whenever there's a runner player, he tackles going forward, and he tackles coming back as well. So that's why I'm giving him a 7.5.
Okay. All right. Whoa. Shambalik says he gets us 5.6. Whoa, that's a very low score. 5.6. Whoa, that's a very low score. Lorenzo says, I think Latibodir has room for growth. I think he will get better with a better midfielder next to him. Yeah. I totally agree. I think that's where the issue comes in. He's not the player that we need to be depending on to drive the play forward. I think we need to have somebody else who takes a bulk of that ball handling. So yes, Lorenzo gives him a 7. I also give him a 7. I think that's deserved. Based on his performance tonight. Shambalik says Joel can't keep the ball to make the transition to attack tonight. Yeah, his ball handling skill is not the best, but people, I think he can really get better. I think he has to work on that, and I think that's where him and Kevin Lambert, because he tackles better than Lambert. He tracks better than Lambert to me. That's what I need to say. I can't say he tackles better. He tracks better. Sometimes Lambert look a bit slow in recovery, and that's where Latibodir beats out Lambert for me. Kiefer Howie says Bailey gets fouled often because he holds on to the ball long and dribble unnecessary. Yeah, so we're doing player ratings right now, Kiefer. So let's move on to Casey Palmer, people. How did Casey Palmer perform in his debut? For me, Casey Palmer gets a 5.5. I think the surface didn't do him any justice, and I think he was just not he was playing too deep. I didn't like the fact that Casey Palmer was the one checking back to pick up the football from the center backs. I don't like that. It just gave me this ugly feeling again of seeing Ravel Morrison doing that, where we still don't have an attacking player. I noticed when DJ came on the park, however, DJ was no longer taking the football from the center backs, and that's what I don't want. I don't want my attacking midfielder to be getting the ball from the center back. The CDM should be getting the ball from the center back. If we're gonna play like that, that's why I said the coach has to play a higher back line. If you're gonna have Casey Palmer checking back to get the football, we cannot be playing so deep, because then there's gonna be a big gap in the middle of the park. So Casey Palmer gets a 5.5 from me. How much does Casey Palmer get for you, Odin?
Due to the surface now, I just gave him a fear flat 6, because me don't know what going on with the administration, but it's like it seems at this point they don't care whether
I don't think this is the administration fault. The surface is not the administration fault. Remember, Solid Agency, Sharon Burke, those people are throwing these big concerts on the surface. Brother, it's impact, it's pressure. When you have people, the areas that the people are standing in and where the stage and all that stuff is going to be on the surface, that area is going to get lowered. That area is going to get lowered by just the impact.
Question. JFF not have some involvement with
the JFF doesn't own the national stadium.
No, not the stadium. I talk about the field. I thought at some point they were responsible for the standard of the field.
No, the JFF is not. Whoever owns the stadium is responsible for the standard.
All right then. So with that being said, then some of the money where they might throw in a garbage, them need to just go find that money there and put it in our fund and start a stadium for football strictly, because I'm over it now.
Yeah, I said that, Odin.
It's like we can't. It gave me JPL vibes where it's like, yeah, player half I feel ready and the next half patchy and brown one whole heap of dirt. It gave me JPL vibes, dog, and it's like it was just a turn off.
Yeah, I didn't like the feel. It's gonna be a long way. We need a actual playing surface. Brother, when I time I see all the camera find one big hole in the field, brother. One big hole missing on the camera. I said, my God, like a sinkhole, one sinkhole upon the field, people. I don't know what go on. We have to get better with them thing there, brother. Big old sinkhole upon the field, people.
You know, say the Chinese them can build a football
that's
stadium.
That's the Chinese
like
them can build a stadium in a week, brother.
Yeah.
we need a stadium.
It's like, as a matter of fact, them probably may talk about money, and then probably even have to pay nothing upfront. The Chinese them would have probably built it and just pay back over time.
Yeah, and the Chinese them would actually what we could do is, if you're gonna have the Chinese them build the stadium, then the revenue from the stadium should be part of what the revenue for the pitch like should be paying back for some of the loan. Similarly, like what's happening with the toll road. Low and Bailey need to sit on the bench, says Howie. Stefan says JT Independence Park Limited is responsible for the stadium, which is run by the government. See it there. See somebody come explain it there. Yeah, bro, it's terrible, bro. Remember, you know, cause them need to make money too, you know. So when the stadium is there idled and they want to put on those big concerts, that's what's happening. These big concerts are happening and the field get crushed. The field get crushed out, and you can see the inconsistency when the ball is moving. If you're going to have that, even with the lights in the stadium, the field not even, though the field dry, the field not even sweat. Because anybody will play football at night, you know that Odin, the field gets faster because the field starts sweat under the lights and the ball start move. I notice that the ball not even move, the field not even sweat.
But yeah, cause them dry it out. When them they keep the event, I guess them they cover the field. And when you cover a surface,
yeah, the grass now get no. And the heat in Jamaica as well Kingston is a very hot place. But however, we keep moving. 6.6. I gave who was that? Casey Palmer got a 5 for me. Who else we got? Now we move on to Leon Bailey, people. Leon Bailey. We move on to Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey gets a 7 for me, and this is why Leon Bailey gets a 7 for me. I think Leon Bailey played well with what was offered. He got fouled every time. I know people are saying he has to hold up the ball. He shouldn't have to hold up the. Tonight was actually one of the night that I was okay with Leon Bailey holding up the football, because we were turning over the football so much. We actually needed somebody to try to hold the football. And tonight is one of the nights where I was kind of okay with Leon Bailey holding up the football. And he got fouled, I think, 60% of the time he touched the football. So he received a 7 for me. And the first half, he was decent. However, I don't need Leon Bailey to be taking spot kicks. Leon Bailey is just not great at spot kicks. I haven't, like, if you look at the Gold Cup, Demari Gray was the one who took one of the first spot kicks. Somebody got on the end of it, Damian Lowe, and scored a brilliant header. Leon Bailey hasn't got one of the spot kicks tonight over the wall. So for me, Leon Bailey receives a 7. Shambolic says Bailey gets a 6.9. Colin Quest says Bailey gets a 7.3 for him. Odin, how much you give Leon Bailey tonight, and why? Do you think it was a decent performance?
No. You know why? He still hasn't learned. He's still holding on to the ball too long. We clearly see that when it comes to free kicks, Demari Gray have a lot
edge,
more
a slight
experience.
Edge.
Yeah. So even that free kick that he couldn't even put over the wall, Demari Gray could have came in and took that with a right foot, swing it crossing the box, or somebody editing, because that's how he got his first assist playing for the team. He knows how to play that ball in to get that crucial goal. So yeah, flat 5. Another player, people might say I'm nitpicking, but I saw another player where he was down on the right, and he tried dribbling past the player, and the player took the ball off of him, and he fouled the player. When you're in the attacking third, you need to make a pass. A shot needs to be at least taken towards the goal. We get into the final third and we are waste the player. Because when it comes to certain games, we're not gonna have the amount of players that we have in our game tonight.
Yeah. And we saw that so Leon Bailey gets a 7 for me. Shambolic said the penalty miss. Joe Grind says Leon Bailey gets a 6 for him. Bobby Reed, people, what does Bobby Reed? Bobby Reed gets a 7.5 for me. It was Bobby Reed as usual, consistent, goes quiet in the game at times, but just gets the job done. That quick counter attack between him and Demari Gray, that's what produced the goal. So for me, Bobby Reed receives a 7.5. Still don't know what Bobby Reed's true position is for Jamaica. I'm telling you, Bobby Reed is a utility player, and it causes us to basically don't know where Bobby Reed needs to play. I don't know Bobby Reed's best position for Jamaica, to be honest. Every game we say, yo, put Bobby Reed around this, and put Bobby Reed around this. So Colin Quest says Bobby Reed gets a 10. Colin Quest gives Bobby Reed a 10. So he's saying that Bobby Reed had a perfect game. Oh, wow. What says you, Odi?
For me, Bobby Reed would I get a flat 8 in the green zone because he provided that crucial assist. He hustles throughout every player, especially in the second half. So the 8 is a fair rating.
Yeah. Yo, Colin Quest agreed. Yo, Colin Quest, it come like when people come to school and do no work. You say everybody get 100 today. When you come to school, everybody may give 100 today. Bills.
Everybody get a star.
Everybody get a scholarship. You just come to school. How you go into the calling? Bobby gets 7, says Joe. Grand Shambalik gives him a 7. Just like what I said. Well, I gave him a 7.5 because of the assist. However, he goes quiet in games. Demarai Gray gets a 8 for scoring the goal, people. He gets a 8. Still think he holds on to the ball a lot. The first half, as I said, he was struggling to get on the ball because Amari Bell wasn't moving the ball forward. Amari Bell was a bit just static in his movement. We needed more dynamic play from Amari Bell. We didn't get that from Amari Bell in the first half. Marek says 7 at one point. We did cuss him for his layoff, but he played better second half. Yeah, man. So I think Demarai Gray, he scores and he's class, and that's what class players do. When they get that one opportunity, and that's why we need more of those players out there. We need more players where when they get that one opportunity, because this is what Concacaf is, you know. Concacaf is this region where you play an entire game and you get one chance and you'd better take it. Like, this is what Concacaf is. This game tonight is it is the epitome of Concacaf. Two teams out there thump each other in them face, boop, 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 and the one who score the one goal win the game. This is Concacaf, people. This is Concacaf, and this is why you have teams like Mexico and the United States. Those teams always come out on top because they have a little bit more. They have more quality in more areas on the park, and that's where Jamaica needs to get to. We have to get to a place where we have 11 quality players in all positions on the field. So Demarai Gray, Marek says 8. Just wanted him to switch the play to Whisper on the far side. Yes, that's what I'm saying. He gets a him and Whisper had a good 1-2 knock as well. That was looking good as well. So he gets a 8 for me. I'm not gonna overdo it with Amar. Dujon Whisper, people. How much does Dujon Whisper get? Dujon Whisper gets I can't give Dujon Whisper a 8 because he didn't score. And Demarai Gray, Odin, how much Demarai Gray gets for you?
8.5. Mainly because he provided the goal. He made a lot of runs forward. Mm-hmm. The problem we had, especially in the first half and the second half as well, he was making runs with the ball, right? Mm-hmm. But the right hand side was crowded. They were trying to, the Hondurans crowded him out. That's why I wasn't able to break free. So when that play happened, the fast break, and Bobby one touched the ball and it flew through. You see, he clearly did better when he had the 1-on-1, or it was a 2-on-1 situation.
Okay. Yes, people, so there we are. We can say, Colin Quest, everybody get a 10 for him kind bias.
Oh, another thing too. It's like, Demarai Gray, it seemed like it was written in a book for him play for Jamaica, dog. It's like, the man just show up and I get results after results.
Yeah. It's like, one of those
it's
players.
Like it was written on a stone somewhere.
Yeah, he's one of the players that I saw came out of England. The first player I saw that came out of England that hit the ground running so fast. Demarai Gray. He just hit the ground running. He just hit the ground running like it was a seamless transition. Mark says, no, we move to Whisper. Whisper gets a 7.5 for me. Brilliant kick there. Oh my God. If Whisper got that in the back of the net, the stadium would have popped down tonight, people. The stadium would have did pop down if Whisper did get that in the back of the net. But whoa, that was something else. Brother, yo, Odin, why I have respect for that young man. If he beat the keeper from that distance there, it tells me that there was some venom in that shot. Because the keeper has the angle on him, you know. The keeper has the angle on him, you know, and him hit the far post, you know. That tells me that the speed and accuracy is what beat the keeper on that, you know. So that was brilliant off that left foot. So Dujon Whisper get a 7.5. And I don't blame it on him. He just has room to improve, and he needs to learn to make runs. He doesn't know how to make runs as yet. And that's, I said, Dujan Whisper need to look at a player like Drogba and those players, how they move off defenders and create problems for defenders. You see, when Whisper develop that part of his game, he's going to be our future striker. Players like Shamar and them. And when you look at Whisper interaction in the camp, you can see say, he's not afraid to express himself. He's growing into who. And yo, I have to give the coach credit for this too as well, Odin. I have to give the coach credit for making a bold move for starting Dujan Whisper tonight. Because a lot of people would have said, watch the man go start Whisper when not even playing on ball. Whisper shake up. It almost end up where Whisper had the only shot on goal for Jamaica.
That may I notice because it's like nobody else never. It's like when it comes to certain player, it take a special level of audacity to take a shot from so far. Even when me did a play a ball, me not take shots from so far. Cause in the back of my mind, me I say, if this go we award it, man, them a roast me. I say, my while.
Yeah.
So it takes a certain level of audacity if you take a shot from so far.
Yeah,
actually, not the post.
Yeah, 7.5 for Whisper. We're not gonna do BOZA because I don't think BOZA even get any points for me, right? BOZA is just BOZA. BOZA get a pencil point. BOZA get a pencil point, Joe Grant. I get a pen point.
We need one of brand new pencil sharpener.
Yeah, man. You know them pencil that we used to get at school where you can change the point. You can get another little point there. You can get a pencil point. You get a pointer. Yo, BOZA, we don't know what happened to your career, brother, but the man does look slow when him turn, brother. The man come like, you ever there some country place and some big trailer when if you drive on the road, they end up down there and the man I take all two off, you draw one corner. I saw BOZA look, brother. Yo, brother, BOZA, when BOZA take the ball and turn, brother, me go in the bathroom, go wash my face, brush my teeth and forward back, and BOZA still not done turn yet. Yo, the man turned slow, dog, BOZA. Me don't know if BOZA come like a slow in my play pan. You know when you play FIFA, you can play like pro or what the one call, man? Where the hardest?
Pro, semi-pro, and then world best.
Legendary. Legendary. Yeah, man. You know when you play FIFA on legendary, you know I say, brother, you have to move it fast. Brother, look like both. Look like both are play on slow, brother, on natural speed. Because the man not turn the ball, brother. He not turn. But BOZA, come good next time. Now, let me just give the whole team a grade, people. Odin, I'll let you go first and we wrap up the show because I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to be back to slice up the entire thing in pieces and put out some short videos and then do a live in the night. Let me know what you think because there's no Premier League today actually, because it is now 6:11 over here right now. Give your assessment of the entire team performance tonight.
All right, so the first thing I noticed, there were a lot of long plays coming from the back, but the excuse could be because of the pitch. They weren't able to play the ball all the way out. Another thing, the field did look kind of small. I don't know if I'm me, but overall, may I give the team a C- because we playing at home. We are supposed to dominate in possession, especially in the first half when we were playing without a striker, basically, because I didn't consider Whisper as a striker. We basically was playing false nine, and we still didn't dominate by keeping possession of the ball. And we allowed the players, the Hondurans, to crowd us out. But the overall rating, C-, just for the one goal win. I actually thought we were gonna control the game and leave this game with at least 3 goals, but it's obvious that the team struggle. I don't know if it's because rustiness
The
or what,
surface as well.
or maybe it's the pitch, but C minus for now.
Yeah, man. So people, I give the team tonight 7 for the performance. I give the pitch a hog pen. The pitch was a hog pen, people. The guys played in a hog pen tonight and patrol and all them things. But however, a win is a win, people. That's the big takeaway for me tonight. Jamaica kicks off their Nation League campaign with 3 points. Very important, because remember the last time we went to Suriname and we dropped points and draw games, and it came back and affected us when we went to play against Mexico. So 3 points is the most important thing tonight, people. Points is points. We got 3 points, and I said this Jamaican team, when you come back on these breaks, it's like a pickup game. You have to assemble your team. So we're still trying to find our best 11. We're getting closer and closer and closer, and I think it's gonna take this entire Nations League and the World Cup. I want Jamaica to find our best 11 before the World Cup qualifier. This is why I would love for Jamaica to get into the Copa America, because that would be another tournament again to evaluate the team on a higher level of saying, let's say Copa America is like, let's say we get to the World Cup, can we become a second round team? That's what the Copa America will ask. Those are the questions that Copa America will ask us. So no, this is like the World Cup qualifiers for me, and the Copa America is the World Cup. Good start for us, even though we didn't play in a cohesive manner. I think we're still work in progress, and there was still positives to take from it. We didn't let in any goals, and it's kind of becoming a good thing under the coach that it was only one game in the Gold Cup where we really lost it, and it was in that Mexico game. So we are starting to become a team again that is coming up with clean sheets. That's important, guys. You might underestimate that, but when you start, that gives your defenders confidence to start knowing that nobody has breached the defense, and you start getting those results. So good job by the Reggae Boyz. I give them a 7 tonight. As I said, the surface gets a hog pen for me. It wasn't a good surface, so it's below 0. Everything. Big up Anthony, big up Shambalik, big up Joe Graham, big up Colin Quest, who's a member of the channel, big up Lorenzo, everybody that passed through. We will be back tomorrow, and we're gonna break it down properly. My daughter, she is gonna wake up in about an hour and a half, so me need to see if I can tear off an next hour and a half worth of sleep. Odin, thank you for joining, man. Show up back tomorrow, and we handle the business.